What's up guys, it's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity build video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button, as I do put videos out daily and I try to keep you guys as up to date as possible with any changes in the game and give you guys the best advice, mostly for the contest of mayors, but honestly I cover pretty much every aspect of SimCity. Besides, I don't do a lot on war unless it's for the contest. Okay, so that being said, you've hit that like and subscribe button and let's get started. The reason for this video is because, as I've said many times to you guys, usually when the contest of mayors starts, everybody has the same generalized, week. Like, if you're getting a lot of spatula assignments, usually people of your same level are as well. Now, I was only able to pick up on this, routine because I see so many lists each week from, consistent level players. That being said, one of the things that I've noticed this week is a lot of you guys are in reverse rotation early on. Now, this is problematic because it doesn't happen very often, therefore it's a little harder to teach, and it's certainly a lot harder for people to wrap their head around. So, this person has asked a question on our Facebook page. So if you're not a member of our Facebook page, you should be. That way you get up-to-date information and you can ask questions and all that good stuff. So as you can see here, if you type in SimCity Build at MissyAnneTTVYT, you'll be able to join us on Facebook. Now, the reason for the video is because I'm getting a lot of reports of people being in reverse rotation, or they feel they're in reverse rotation because they are maybe 20 assignments into the contest, and every time they rotate a premium, they're getting low premiums or low non-premiums. So basically, reverse rotation is when all of the tasks in your list are of a low value. And when you rotate them, you're getting low value tasks in return. Now, reverse rotation is rare, okay? So you want to make sure that you're actually in reverse rotation. As I've stated many times, the game tries to level you out. So in a normal CoM setting, from what we're used to before they introduced streaks to the game, reverse rotation would give you a bunch of garbage assignments at the beginning of the contest and then give you a bunch of good stuff near the end of the contest, right? That's the typical reverse rotation. A normal week of CoM, you get good and bad tasks. They just fluctuate evenly throughout the contest. Then you have another normal thing to have happen is when you get all of your good tasks at the beginning of the week, like the first 30 tasks of the contest, and then you start to get, lower tasks near the end. Either way, it's kind of like a roller coaster, okay? And in order for you to spot reverse rotation, you have to pay attention to your previous assignments. So when I see a list like this, and he says that, he wanted to know if he should do the streaks assignments because he's been getting low valued premiums. He only has 45 tasks, or he only has 15 tasks done. So he has 45 tasks remaining, which means if he was to do the streaks now, he would bank in on those points, and he would screw up the algorithm of his list, because the contest, what the contest is trying to do is it's trying to give him garbage now and give him better later. If he takes this time and does the streaks to bump up his score, then the game's going to continue to give him garbage for the rest of the contest, and it'll inevitably lower his score to be even worse than had he done it the other way. So if you're in this situation, first off, you need to be able to identify what reverse rotation is to make sure that you're actually in it. Because if you're not in reverse rotation and you pick your assignments as if you're in reverse rotation, you're going to really screw shit up, okay? So you have to be certain that you're in reverse rotation. How do you know if you are? Well, basically, your average is usually around 1,000 to 1,500, okay? So I don't know how many points he has because he didn't include that in his photo. But the next thing is to assess the list, and based off what he's telling me, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he is in reverse rotation, but I can't be certain 100% unless I were to see his previous assignments. So sometimes people they think that they've been getting bad assignments for longer than they actually have. So it's really good that you guys take screenshots of your entire list and look back on your choices. It's a good learning tool, okay? So let's say that he's been getting mostly 1,000 point tasks for the last 15 assignments. Then I would say, oh, you're absolutely in reverse rotation, right? So looking at his list, he has 960 for bread rolls. So let's go ahead and do his task assessment, and I'll show you guys what you need to do in order to get out of reverse rotation without completely screwing up your game. He has a premium roll assignment for 960. That right now is pretty low value, okay? That's a rotatable option. Now he has a 1,000 point upgrade, so that's 1 out of 7 upgrades total. Keeping in mind that the icon is different for the design upgrade, so be aware of that. If you are a low-level player, you can have a total of 7. He is not a low-level player. He's level 30, which means he actually has 8 possible upgrade options. This is why we do the setting of the scene. This is a prime example of why we set the scene. Meaning that because he's a high-level player, he picks his assignments a little bit differently than somebody who doesn't. I don't know if he has regionals unlocked. If he has regionals unlocked, then he needs to play as if he's a high-level player. If he does not have regionals unlocked, he can still play low-level CoM. He just has Omega assignments. Okay. Upgrade. 1,000. That's 1 out of 8 upgrades. So he's got quite a few to go before he can even touch the streaks. Plus, you don't want to do streaks early on. It will lower your score because the game sees that you have all these points with too many, too little assignments done. The game developers clearly did not account for the increase in points, right? Now he has a cargo shipping for 600. This is a non-premium task. It is a good rotatable option. However, it's really low value. So it will be marked as an R for rotatable, but definitely not our first go-to, as it is a low-valued assignment. Then we have a 1,200 on keys, which is the lowest of the keys. This is a rotatable option, but usually this particular task does not get rotated until tickets, especially at this value. Okay, so at this value, usually you would not touch this until value trumps up, and that is the rules of rotation is when you get to your your last 15 or so assignments, that's when you would do your streaks and bank it on any extra points for the non-premium options. Now he has a non-premium Omega assignment for 980, and that is a task that it doesn't always, come back, but it's not usually worth a whole lot of points, so that is kind of like the cargo. Treat it as if it's like cargo, except for it can be worth a little bit more than cargo sometimes. Now we have a repair disaster zone for 1,200. At this value, this would be a value trumps up, which would mean near the end of the list, similar to keys. Bricks, I didn't talk about the bricks, did I? Skip bricks. Okay, bricks is a premium assignment. It is for 960, so it is the same in value as the bread rolls. So if you were doing your contest to mayor's math and comparing bricks to bread rolls, you would put equal in value, equal in op. So what else would you look at? You would look at this one's been sitting longer, right? So it has better opportunity to open up something good because it's been sitting for longer. So right now, bread rolls is looking like bricks is looking like the best option because it is equal in value. It also goes faster, it takes less resources, and it's been sitting longer. So you have all these benefits to doing bricks over bread rolls. Definitely going to prep the bread rolls though. But we're not quite done here. We still need to look through the rest of our list. Now we have coins, which is a last resort rotatable option. He is at 40-something tasks. This isn't going to open up anything good for him in terms of opportunity. So that is a no-go. We have 840 on tape, which is lower than the bricks, so definitely need to prep the tape, but you know, it's not our correct choice here just yet. He also has an upgrade Omega building for 1,000. Now, if he's camping, then he would not do this option. He does have some extra experience there in the top left corner, which means that he could do that Omega upgrade and open up possibilities for better assignments in terms of upgrades. But if he's camping, it's not a good idea. He would be better leaving it sit for that value than having it pop up in his streaks for, let's say, 3,000 points. Now he has another upgrade in the bottom of his list for 800, and then he has a delivery to Paris, which is a non-premium task worth 800 points. So a lot of low-value tasks here. If I had to put a number on it, I would say that he is in reverse rotation based on the fact that he's saying that he's getting a lot of low-value tasks. However, sometimes people think it's been longer than it has, and it's only been, let's say, 2 or 3 assignments that they've been getting low-value tasks, right? So that's why it's good to look at your screenshots. If you've been getting really low-value tasks every time you rotate, you're in reverse rotation, and the first step that you need to do is what you're going to do the exact opposite of what you did before. So I'm going to try my best to explain this. When you rotate your premium tasks, you're essentially trying to open up opportunity for more premiums to come in, okay? At this point in the game, when you're in reverse rotation, when you rotate your premiums and you get low value premiums in return, you're wasting those premiums. You're wasting those opportunities. So how can you ensure more points and not waste your opportunity? By doing your non-premium, the tasks that you normally would not do that are higher in value. It'll get you through this downtime, and then after, once you start getting some halfway decent assignments, you switch back into normal rotation. So this is a really hard concept for people to understand because you're doing everything that you're told not to do. If he's in reverse rotation, what would be the correct choice? Well, you would go and look at the assignments that are highest in value that you normally would not rotate. That being said, we would look at our list, and now we're going to do an assessment based on a reverse rotation assessment. So, reverse rotation assessment. Bread rolls is premium. We're going to prep them, but that would not be the correct choice if he's in reverse rotation. Upgrade is a no-touch. Cargo is a non-premium task, but it is a rotatable option that we would normally do. It's low value, so that would be considered no-touch right now. We've got keys for 1,200. That's the highest in the list in terms of value. It is going to bring better opportunity than the repair, and it's an equal value as the repair. Okay. It also has a higher chance of coming in worth 2,000 points. So looking down, we've also got that Omega coin, which could be rotated in, but it's worth a low value. So that would not be the correct choice just yet. Then we have repair. Now, it really, honestly, when looking at this list, it comes down to coins, repair, and keys. Those are his options. Now, the reason that these are his options in reverse rotation is because you don't want to burn through all of your good premiums, right? You just want to get through this downtime with as many points as possible. And then when you start to see, let's say, 2,000 point assignments, that's when you want to go back into normal rotation. Okay, so prepping all of your premiums is essential so that you're ready for them when you get into normal rotation again. But his first choice would be keys because it's the highest in value. It's equal in value to repair. So if you do your CoM math, you would put value up, or no, you would put value equal because they're both 1,200 points. Keys brings better op than repair. Okay. The reason being is because keys usually comes back worth 2,000 points or higher. It has a higher algorithm rate for a 2,000 point task than the repair. The repair usually comes in of a lower value, and it usually comes back faster as well. Keys usually doesn't come back as quickly and comes back in worth 2,000 points. Therefore, keys would be the correct choice if he's in reverse rotation. Let's say he does keys and he gets a 2,000 point or 3,000 point premium war task. Obviously, he would then rotate in that task because now it's a main task, right? Anything that is below 2,000 points that's premium that comes in, let's say he gets a 1,000 point SAPS task, okay? He would not do the 1,000 point SAPS task at this point. He would go down and he would do the repair for 1,200 because he's banking in on those extra 200 points. He doesn't want to burn through his premium, and he's going to let that one sit. So let's say he does the repair and he gets a 1,600 keys. He's going to go do the 1,600 keys, and he's going to keep doing that until he gets through this downtime. Once he starts getting high premiums again, then he can shift back into normal rotation. This is going to be the hardest part that people have, the hardest concept for people, because everything that you're taught, you're just reversing, okay? You're trying to get through this downtime with as many points as possible without using up all of your good options. But you don't want to, rotate crappy assignments for so long that you lose opportunity. Does that make sense? So do the best that you guys can. But remember, if you ever seek advice, it is essential that you have screenshots so that I can help you. I can't say for certain that you're doing everything correct unless I see what happened previous to this, okay? When assessing a CoM list, you have to go based on past choices. Those have everything to do with how you ended up with where you're at, okay? So, if he was doing terrible assignments, if he was doing non-premiums, that could be why he's in reverse rotation. I don't know. I don't think that's what he did. But if he did a bunch of crappy assignments worth a high value, the game's just going to give him low premiums because he's doing all of his high non-premiums. But sometimes you just end up in reverse rotation anyways, is the point. I'm getting reports that a lot of you guys are in reverse rotation. That's one of the reasons for this video. That being said, try the best that you can to follow along with what I just said, okay? Do your task assessments. I'm seeing so many people not doing their assessments and not, walking through it. Walking through these each time, it gives you a refresher every time, okay? Now, when you go to our Facebook page, if you click on, there's announcements, files, photos, all that good stuff. If you click files, right here is the files for the production guide, the CoM guide, all that stuff. I have not updated it since the streaks have come out because I've been super busy. I was sick for a while and all that, but I'll get there, okay? It'll get done. But either way, all the other stuff still applies in that guide. It's an excellent guide. Open it up. If you have Word on your phone or whatever, open it up with a Word doc, or you can do like a PDF and print it. But it shows you guys, it shows you guys how to, set the scene. It shows you everything that you need to know. Now, right here, I tell you how to do task assessments, war tasks. I explain. Right here, it says premium war tasks. Now, I do have a video labeled like all-in-one CoM or something. It was put out about a month ago when I made this guide. And that one, I walk through this entire guide. It is long, but if you want a full-on explanation, that's what you have to do. This right here, Launch War, is technically a non-premium task because it can only be worth up to 2,400 points. And as stated here, this is the algorithm. It tells you how many times it normally pops up after rotating, tells you the opportunity that it brings and the risk that comes along with doing the task. This is an excellent guide. Everybody should have it if you're playing the contest, because, I mean, you need to know this stuff. Every way that you pick your assignments has to do with the algorithm of the task in which you're choosing and the benefits that come up. Now, this week will be interesting to see what some of my trainees had done, what their choices have been, because many of them are not prepared to play in reverse rotation, as it does not happen often. I try the best I can to bank in when it happens. I try as best I can to do as many CoM walkthroughs as possible, because you guys need that. You need to be able to see other people playing through it in order to see exactly how it works and all that. So if you're somebody who's not necessarily in my training course but you'd like to be, you can hit me up. If you're somebody who just wants me to assess your list and look over it, see how you're doing, give you some pointers, you can hit me up on Facebook. Or if you just want to submit your entire week's choices for review. The only thing is that you have to have them in a shareable album, and they have to be organized based on, they have to be organized. They have to be in order, is what I mean. I can't be going, okay, now we're at 57 tasks and then 47. That's not going to work. I need top and bottom photos of your screens. And like I said, it has to be in a shareable album before I can do your review. Okay? So hopefully this helps you guys out. And, if you guys are in reverse rotation, do the best that you can to rotate your high non-premiums for more high non-premiums until you can get your high premiums back. Once you start to see a pickup in your assignments, or maybe you rotate your non-premiums and you start getting a bunch of upgrades and now you're out of options, then go and start rotating in your highest premiums and go right back into normal rotation. Usually, reverse rotation lasts for 20 to 30 assignments at most, because usually it's either a consistent up, down, or it's split in half. Okay, so either you have a really good start and a bad end, or a bad start and a good end. That's usually how it goes. Okay, so good luck to you guys.